Hello everyone and welcome back to Touchdowns to Home Runs. I'm your host Noah, and the NFL draft has kicked off the way that we all expected it to, with Joe Burrow going as the #1 overall pick. And in this video I just want to go through an analysis on Joe Burrow, his stats, his strengths, and how he's going to help the Bengals and everything. But just before we get started on that, I just want to say to all of you guys who haven't hit that subscribe button, please go do that. Help support me and my friend's channel. We have been working really hard to get this channel off the ground. So if you're feeling nice today, if you want to see some great sports content, because that's all we make, we just want to make good sports content to talk about sports for you guys. Do whatever you guys want because we love sports and we know you guys love sports. So definitely go hit that subscribe button, especially if you're an LSU or Bengals fan, because we love Joe Burrow on this channel. So without further ado, let's get into this analysis. So Joe Burrow was obviously the Heisman last year in college football, had one of the greatest seasons we'll ever see, capped off with the Heisman and a national championship. 15-0 with the LSU Tigers, beating some big name teams like Texas, Alabama, Georgia, Clemson, Oklahoma. I could go on, Auburn, Florida. That he had such a good season last year and a huge improvement from 2018 to 2019. So just looking at some of his stats from last year, he had 5,671 passing yards, 60 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. That's a 10-1 touchdown to interception ratio. That is huge in college football. And let's not forget about his mobility. If you're looking here, just last season, he rushed for 5 TDs and 368 yards. When Joe Burrow needs to run, he can run. He is a good mobile quarterback. That is something that is extremely underrated about him. People don't usually look at that. They're just looking at his arm and his accuracy, when this guy can also do things on his feet too. So he's an all-around player. I'm not saying that he's some Lamar Jackson or whatever, but when he needs to scramble, when he knows he needs to run, he can pick up the yards, get the first down, rush it in the end zone, get the touchdowns. So that's something that's underrated about him, and something that I think will somewhat help him in the NFL. Now just looking at his strengths, really, I just named one, his mobile ability. Although it isn't the greatest that you'll see, it's still good enough to be at the NFL level. Football IQ, he just reads the field so well and everything. He knows what's happening, where he's going to throw the ball and everything before the ball's even snapped. He just knows so much. He just knows the game so well. He plays with the safety. Going through his first progressions or whatever, he often tips the safety off that he's going somewhere else, and he's so good at playing with that safety. That's another strength he has. Ability to attack the middle of the field. If you look at Joe Brady's offense from last year, just watch almost every LSU game. That's all they did, especially the Alabama one. That's one for sure that I saw. LSU just attacked the middle of the field, got the guy just in the middle, drew the safeties and drew the linebackers off, and just with Jefferson or Chase or Marshall just attack, or Moss just attack the middle of the field. It is amazing if you have a quarterback that can attack the middle of the field with confidence instead of the outsides, because when you know he can attack the middle, that means he's not afraid to throw the ball in there. And last, he's very good at throwing downfield. He's very accurate throwing downfield. You saw a lot of deep balls to Jefferson and Chase this year. He is so good at putting that ball in there and just putting it spot on. Now I just want to talk about how he will do with the Bengals, his hometown team. He grew up in Southeast Ohio, and I love the idea of him going to the Bengals. I just think it's a great story, especially after his whole Heisman speech and what he did for the community. I think it was Athens where he's from. But how will he do with the Bengals? I'm a huge Joe Burrow fan. I'm just definitely trying to get a Joe Burrow LSU jersey soon. I know I'm a huge South Carolina fan and everything, but I love Joe Burrow. How will he do in Cincinnati though this year is something different. I want to talk really highly of him. He's still an amazing player. I just don't think that Cincinnati has the resources and stuff around him for Joe Burrow to have a really, really good first year. If Joe Burrow was on some other team with the more weapons, absolutely, I believe that he could be the offensive rookie of the year and have a huge season. But the Bengals O-line is really struggling, and especially against NFC North defenses. Like if you look at Cleveland's the Ravens and Steelers defenses. Those are all top defenses in the NFL, and they are going to absolutely pick on the Browns O-line or the Bengals O-line this season. So Joe Burrow's going to struggle. He's going to be faced with a lot of pressure in the pocket and everything this year. He's going to get sacked a lot probably. I still think that this is just a year to get Joe Burrow used to the NFL, and the Bengals still need to do a lot of building around him. But that's why he chose him, because Joe Burrow is a franchise quarterback. The Bengals just need to build around him. They still got some resources and stuff, like you got AJ Green, you got John Ross, you got Mixon. I just don't see the protection around him as being good enough, and the defense isn't there to be at playoff level yet. So this is all just a work in progress for the Bengals, but I do believe in future years, if the Bengals are able to keep it up with the draft picks, get some good guys, maybe get a free agent or two down the road, the Bengals, led by Joe Burrow, could be a real good team, maybe even a Super Bowl contender, and let's say 3-4 years or something like that. Who knows? But I will definitely be rooting for Joe Burrow this season in Cincinnati. He's going to be one of my favorite players in the NFL. I can't wait to watch him play, and I can't wait for him to become a real star in the NFL. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Definitely go hit that subscribe button, like this video, and thank you for watching, and come back next time.